Hey guys, so we're back, and we have got a clip right here that I want to play with you guys first before we get into the discussion. Obviously, Joe Biden is someone who is leading in the polls right now. The elections are tomorrow, and Medicare for all is the number one topic that a lot of people voters are mainly concerned, and the reason why most of them are casting a vote in the coming states ahead. Uh, Obviously, the only candidate right here that supports Medicare for all is Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden opposes it totally. But in here, in MSNBC, Joe Biden is in an interview, and I think in the interview itself, they ask him a question. What if Bernie Sanders states very politically heavy, in case he loses the Democratic nomination, and convinces everyone else in the Senate and also in Congress to pass Medicare for all. And then that bill itself gets to Joe Biden. What would he do with that bill? And here's what he had to say.
Bernie Sanders is still active in the Senate. He manages to get Medicare for all through the Senate in some compromise version, the Elizabeth Warren version or other version. Nancy Pelosi gets a version of it through the House of Representatives. It comes to your desk. Do you veto it?
I would veto anything that delays providing the security and the certainty of health care being available now.
Let's assume, and I've asked other.
All right, so let's stop that. You saw what he said there. Right? He said in a very softly manner, if I get the bill in my hands, I will veto it just because I'm against it. I'm not, heavily just like, yeah, I'm going to just put it. No. Hell no. Because obviously we know that he's against Medicare for all. At the beginning of the election, he's been against Medicare for all. So there's no way. This is what we're against. Obviously, he fully embraces the corporate insurance companies. As you saw in the previous reports, the Human Reports has been updating us live feed on Twitter. The private insurance industry is all in for Joe Biden because they believe their profits are more important than the actual lives of human beings. Joe Biden doesn't care about 68,000 Americans. Doesn't care that 68,000 Americans die every year without Medicare for all. And then usually he says F Joe Biden. And let's see what he says. The articles are here. The titles are: the healthcare industry is betting on Joe Biden and its war against Medicare for all. Let's see what the headline is. Healthcare stocks jump on Biden's Super Tuesday victories. Here's why they prefer him over Sanders. Obviously, we know that the health insurance companies are betting on Joe Biden's campaign to be a total success against someone like Bernie Sanders, who wants to pass Medicare for all. Bernie Sanders' Medicare for all bill will put them out of business. As you know, obviously, we know that health insurance companies is all for keeping people on the insured with them. Obviously, there's no hope. Even if Joe Biden is elected, he's not gonna pass Medicare for all. He's not gonna give you a public option. There's no way because he doesn't really care. Since the insurance companies have freaking financed his campaign all the way in since the beginning all the way to now. That's why the DNC did what they did. That's what Barack Obama went out of his way to convince people like Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar to drop out. It's disgusting. It's disgusting that we had to deal with this. But what else can we expect from someone like Joe Biden? Nothing. This is why tomorrow, all of you who live in Missouri, Idaho, Michigan, Washington, North Dakota have to go out there on board and give you all stand in line because obviously they're gonna pull some BS. They're gonna take out some public ballots. They're gonna make lines last long. You saw what happened in Texas. You saw what's going on everywhere in California. People waiting 5-7 hours, but guess what? People are standing in line because they know their vote matters. Vote matters. If this is what matters, we need as many votes. We need to win the states tomorrow. I mean, we need delegates. Bernie Sanders needs delegates. Tomorrow is a very decisive day for his campaign. Hopefully, we get the results we want, and hopefully, people make the right choice and not get misled by obviously CNN, MSNBC, all these like public corporate networks who would like to lie about Bernie Sanders' record, lie about Bernie. Everyone stands on Medicare for all. So one way or another, everyone is supporting it. The Joe Biden is kind of supporting it, which is BS. I'm sure most people who are supporting Joe Biden right now can't even tell you most of his policies. They will either say, "Oh, I'm against Donald Trump. That's why I'm voting for Joe Biden." I was like, "That's not a policy stance. That's not a policy stance." But that's what's going on right now. What's going on tomorrow? We gotta give you all. We'll see what happens.